With the southernmost vineyards in the world, New Zealand is a powerhouse in winemaking, producing some of the best wine in the world. Winemakers alike undergo rigorous standards that must be met, and for some winemakers, working across different sectors can become time-consuming and expensive. The Ministry for Primary Industries set out to help reduce the time and cost of the auditing process, look at alternative options for doing sensory testing, and to design one plan to cover all food safety and suitability risks in your business. Our journey starts at the heart of the industry, down on ground level amongst the vines, where we learn and find out what pain points exist in winemaking.
It's very much trying to find, it's all about finding what works for us.
Yeah.
You know, what works for someone in Central Otago won't necessarily work for us.
It was important for us to be shown and to understand the process so we could get an idea on just what a winemaker goes through.
So it does differ each year, what you're going to be doing.
No 2 years are the same. No 2 years are the same. Yeah, so these literally are about a week away from being picked.
Okay.
These were probably 2 weeks ahead of normal. We normally wouldn't start picking until the very last days of March, beginning of April.
Okay, good.
And if you eat these ones on the opposite side of the canopy, these don't get quite as much sun, and these will be a totally different flavour again. So this, as I say, this is the most organic you'll see at the moment because this has actually been worked up. This will be sown into our herbal ley in about a month's time.
What did you say this one was called?
From growing and nurturing, to picking, fermenting, bottling, and all the logistics and admin involved behind the scenes. We found that winemakers just want to focus on what they're best at, winemaking, and that the admin behind it, filling out records and plans, doesn't add value to their business. They were telling us how the WSMP asks them to capture information that is irrelevant and doesn't add value, or that auditing is time-consuming and expensive, highlighting that the wine template and auditing should be something that adds value to a winemaker, and not just as another document and process. We sat down with over 20 different sized and different types of wineries across the country to understand their process, gathering information from all levels of the sector, which gave us a broad range of findings we could take back to Wellington, dissect and begin to solve, presenting these broad findings at workshops and having wineries vote on themes that best related to their winemaking.
Philosophy is if your soil's balanced, the grapes that grow in it will be balanced, and all the vines that grow in it will be balanced. Therefore, the grapes will be balanced, and therefore, when those grapes come in the winery, there'll be very, very little that we have to do to it. That's the whole ethos of basic organic farming. You know, if the system's balanced, the rest will be great.
After learning and discovering how these different wineries work, we were able to identify some common problems in the space of sensory testing, the WSMP, and the auditing process itself. It was important for us to engage with everyone involved because it's the expertise of the winemakers themselves which actually gives us insight into how these processes could be constructed and decided on.
Style sort of workshop works really well, and nice to put faces to names and as you meet the people who are doing the work in the background, so it's good.
And it's great to see that face-to-face consultation rather than that one step removed or that MPI had made a decision that was then imposed on the industry. I think that's great to see industry and government working together.
We heard that sensory testing isn't effective, and that 99% of all wines that are sensory tested get cleared as export quality. This raised concerns about how effective the sensory testing is and prompted us to explore some alternate options that challenged these methodologies. We heard that the WSMP doesn't add any value to a business and is as good as just a tick box exercise, and that the verification and auditing process is costly and time consuming as a duplication of multiple audits, and often working across sector, many wineries have to pay for multiple verifiers to individually verify cellar doors and restaurants. We brainstormed ideas and gathered the feedback and worked with winemakers to design new concepts for sensory testing and a new template. We ran workshops around the country and internally here at MPI to prototype the new and proposed ideas. We've done some rounds of fast testing on early drafts of the template to get an idea of how winemakers feel about our approach. We're still in the process of testing with winemakers to make sure we were on the right track. Today's event is all about your feedback, letting us know what you think of the solutions we have designed and drafted with the new food safety template for winemakers and sensory testing. You'll also have a chance to talk to MPI directly, submit written feedback on cards, and send us follow-up emails after the workshop. After today, there will be a formal consultation to test and sign off the final template. Now, we know this isn't perfect, and we are constantly looking to improve our system so it works for the people who actually have to use it. You guys,